Respiration in organisms. Hello children, I hope all of you are fine. We had discussed the respiration in human beings. Hope you have finished writing all the answers related to the topic. Before we start today's topic, let us first recall the things that we learned in the last class. What is respiration? The process of releasing energy by the breaking down of food in the cells is called as respiration. It is also called as cellular respiration because respiration or releasing of energy takes place inside the cell. So the process of releasing energy is called as respiration. Respiration is of two types. What are they? Aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration is the process of releasing energy in the presence of oxygen, whereas anaerobic respiration is the process of releasing energy in the absence of oxygen. What is other difference? In aerobic respiration, energy, carbon dioxide and water vapor is formed, whereas in anaerobic respiration, apart from energy, alcohol or acid is also formed. Next, we human beings are aerobic organisms. We respire in the presence of oxygen. But at times, when the need of oxygen is more, energy is more, and the oxygen supply is less to our cells, for a short period of time, our muscle cells can also respire anaerobically. During that anaerobic respiration, only partial breakdown of glucose will take place. Partial means half. So in that case, lactic acid is formed in our cells. Accumulation of lactic acid will result in cramps. And energy is also released. Some amount of energy is also released. So when our muscle cells respire anaerobically, what is formed? Lactic acid is formed. How do we know that lactic acid is formed? Accumulation of lactic acid will result in cramps. How can we overcome cramps? By having hot water bath or nice massage. Next, we discussed the organs of respiratory system. Which are the organs of respiratory system? Nostrils, nasal cavity, trachea or the windpipe, bronchus, bronchioles, lungs and diaphragm. Alveoli is also there. Bronchioles will lead into balloon-like structures which are called as alveoli. What is breathing rate? What is breathing? Taking in air and releasing of air is called as breathing. Breathing is the first step in respiration. Only if we breathe in air, respiration will take place. What is breathing rate? The number of times a person breathes in a minute is called as breathing rate. What is the breathing rate of a normal person at rest? 15 to 18 times. Next, what are the two processes in mechanism of respiration or breathing? Inhalation and exhalation. What happens during inhalation? During inhalation, the ribs move upwards and outwards. Diaphragm will move down. As a result, lungs will expand and it is filled with air. When we exhale, ribs will move downwards and inwards. Diaphragm will come back to its original position, that is groove shape. Lungs will contract and the air is pushed out. These were the things that we learned in the last class. Today, we are going to learn how breathing takes place in insects, earthworm, fish and plants. I shall explain this with the help of a video. After I finish this chapter, please read the lesson minimum 2 times. Do the exercises in the text and complete all the question answers in the text and also the answers, questions and answers which I am giving you in the slide at the last of this lesson. So next week, after your class, you will get this class on Monday. After attending the class from Tuesday onwards, anytime you can expect a call from me. I will be calling you and conducting oral test from the whole chapter. So be prepared to answer to the questions. And I will also be giving you the date for the submission of notebook for correction in the diary. So please check the diary daily and submit the note accordingly.
Breathing of animals. All living things breathe. When an animal breathes in oxygen and breathes out carbon dioxide, an exchange of gases takes place. Animals have different organs for breathing. Different animals use different organs for breathing. For example, fishes use gills. We human beings use lungs. All mammals, birds, reptiles, and amphibians in their adult stage breathe through the lungs. Animals have a pair of spongy elastic bags called lungs. Air that enters through the nostrils moves through the trachea and reaches the lungs. From the lungs, due to the presence of dense network of blood capillaries, a lot of blood comes to the lungs. And these capillaries have red blood cells, and the blood which is present in the lungs absorbs oxygen from air, and then the blood gives out carbon dioxide. I told you already, there is balloon-like structures. Blood carries oxygen to different parts of our body. When the lungs contract, air is let out. This air containing carbon dioxide is breathed out. The ribs and diaphragm plays an important role in this process. Next, let us see how fishes breathe. Fishes breathe through gills. Since fishes live in water, they cannot take in atmospheric oxygen. They can take only oxygen in the dissolved form. They possess certain special structures called gills for breathing. That is why fishes die when they are taken out of water. Gills are red colored because they receive a good supply of blood. Gills are made up of number of thin filaments called gill filaments, which have rich supply of blood. When the fish opens its mouth, water with dissolved oxygen enters into the mouth and passes out over the gills or through the gills. Gills help in taking oxygen from the water. At the same time, carbon dioxide present in the blood is let out. Next, let us see how insects breathe through tubes. Consider an insect like the cockroach. Its body is divided into three main parts. First part is head, next thorax, and third part is the abdomen. All of you are familiar with cockroach. All of you would have seen cockroaches. Insects have small openings on the sides of their body called spiracles. Spiracles are small pores, small openings on the abdomen part. These spiracles lead into a network of branching tubes called trachea. So these small openings called spiracles will lead into tube-like structures, many branches, which are called as tracheas. These trachea divide and subdivide and pass into each and every tissue or each and every cell of the body. So oxygen, the air with oxygen, enters through the spiracles, passes through the tracheal tubes and reaches every part of the body. After respiration, the carbon dioxide that is given out comes out or passes out through the same spiracles. Due to the contraction of the body muscles, air is pumped out into the tubes and carried to all tissues. Tissues take oxygen from the tube and give out carbon dioxide. Here again, the air containing carbon dioxide is pumped out through the spiracles with the help of the contraction of the body muscles. So here insects breathe through small pores on the body called as spiracles. Blood has no role in oxygen transport. So here you can see oxygen enters to the spiracles through the trachea, reaches the cells, and carbon dioxide is given out. Insects have spiracles in the sides of their body. Spiracles lead into trachea. Air is pumped into the tubes and carried to other parts of the body. In insects, blood plays no role in carrying oxygen. Now we shall learn how respiration or breathing takes place in earthworm. Earthworm is an organism which does not have lungs. It is usually seen in moist soil. It always need a moist nature for it to survive. Earthworm breathe through their moist skin. They have glands under their skin which will help to keep their skin always moist. They absorb oxygen from the air that is present in the atmosphere and also in the soil. When the oxygen comes in contact with the moist skin, it diffuses into the blood that is there in the blood capillaries. They have small blood capillaries in which the blood cells are there. So the oxygen diffuses into the blood and it is carried to different parts of the body, that is to the cells. After respiration, carbon dioxide that is released is also given into the or released into the blood, and through blood it is transported to the skin and it diffuses out through the skin. So skin is the part which helps in breathing in earthworms. How do frogs breathe? Frogs, like toads and salamanders, are amphibians. Most of the amphibians start their life cycle as marine animals. They use their gills for breathing underwater. As they grow up, normally become terrestrial creatures, they lose their gills and develop lungs for breathing purposes. To know about the breathing process of frogs is necessary to understand these amazing creatures. You will be amazed to learn that in how many ways frogs respire or breathe. 4 ways that respiration occurs in frogs are: frogs have an amphibious mode of life. Frogs show different modes of respiration. First, gill respiration. At the stage of tadpole, such type of respiration takes place through gills. The gills have blood vessels that absorb oxygen through diffusion. Then, oxygen combines with hemoglobin to form oxyhemoglobin. Respiration through skin. The respiration which takes place through the skin is known as cutaneous respiration. It usually takes place in frogs when the metabolism level of frogs becomes low and the demand for oxygen is less. It raises in water and during states of inactivity and hibernation states. Through blood capillaries, where the oxygen combines with the hemoglobin, skin absorbs that oxygen which is dissolved in water. It is then transported to the body's different parts and releases energy. When the skin is extremely dehydrated, the cutaneous respiration is no more possible.
How do frogs
Therefore, the
breathe
frogs
through
will be
lungs?
dead due to lack of
The
oxygen.
lung respiration
a
is
condition
also
called
known as pulmonary
asphyxia.
respiration
process. Respiration through mouth. During the territorial life period, frogs respire through lungs and the process is called lung respiration. In territorial lifestyles, the demand for oxygen increases. Thus, they need more oxygen to move, to swim in water during bouncing and jumping. First, inspiration or inhalation, taking air into respiratory organs. Second, expiration or exhalation, removal of air through lungs by changing the buccopharyngeal cavity. How do frogs breathe through their skin? Frog's skin absorbs oxygen to the body. Now the question arises, here is how frog breathes through the skin. So that we come to find out the phenomenon behind the absorption of oxygen. As we all know that there is a network of capillaries beneath the skin which transfers the oxygen to all circulatory systems. Blood cells not only carry oxygen, they also pick up carbon dioxide and carry it back through the skin. Skin respiration is seen during hibernation. We will now see a video where the respiration in insects is little more seen in detail. Their respiratory system is quite curious. The figure which I showed you before is a simple picture where you could understand properly. They have no lungs and oxygen is not transported by the circulatory system. Instead, air enters and exits the body through the tiny holes. And these tiny holes are called spiracles. I had shown you a simple figure before. Now this is another video where all the details that you learned is very, very clear. So you will understand better. It's only for your understanding. Okay. These spiracles are connected to the system of tubes that take oxygen directly to the cells. Grasshoppers use different breathing methods when resting, alert, hopping or flying. When alert, they pump the abdomen to change the volume of the air sacs. Notice the movement now. See how it is expanding and contracting. In this video, the spiracles are very clear. Now I'll give you a few questions which you have to write in the front side of the notebook. You would have already completed last week's portion. So along with that, continue the question numbers and write these answers also in the text notebook, reading the text. First question, explain breathing in insects, earthworm and fish. Answer for this question is given on page 115 and 116, 115 and 116. For insects, that is, it's given about cockroach. Cockroach is an insect. That is clear. Okay, we'll start from the starting. A cockroach has small openings on the sides of its body. From there till on the next side, fourth last line. The last sentence I will read it for you. Similarly, carbon dioxide from the cells goes into the tracheal tubes and moves out through spiracles. Till there you have to write for cockroach. So when you write this answer, write the side heading cockroach and write the explanation for that. After that, you can leave a line, write the next side heading earthworm and write for earthworm. Earthworm you will write from earthworms breathe through their skin. Second line. Below earthworm, from second line you have to start writing. Breathe through their skins. The skin of an earthworm feels moist and slimy on touching. Gases can easily pass through them. Till there you have to write for earthworm. After that, leave a line. Next line you will write frogs. For frogs, what you can write is, first you write tadpole, gills. Next, frogs on land, lungs. Frogs in water, slippery skin. Through skin they breathe. Next, fish. It's given on page 116, breathing underwater. Under that, second paragraph, second line. Gills in fish help them to use oxygen dissolved in water. Gills are projections of the skin. After that, leave one sentence. You may wonder, don't want. Next sentence, gills are well supplied with blood vessels for exchange of gases. Till there you need to write for fish. Next question, how do plants respire? The answer for this question is also there on page 116. Under do plants also respire? The right half, third line. In plants, each part can independently take in oxygen from the air and give out carbon dioxide. That is the first sentence. Next sentence, you have already learned, you need not write. After chapter 1, you can see the leaves of the plants. Hope you have seen that. Okay. After chapter 1, that, till there you need not write. After that, the leaves of the plants have tiny pores called stomata for exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. Next sentence, roots take up air from the air spaces present between the soil particles. Till there, the 3 sentences you have to write as a paragraph for this question. Hope it is clear. So write the answers neatly and point wise wherever necessary, in paragraph wise wherever I have told you. And submit the notebook on the day which I am asking you to submit. See the diary, the date will be mentioned there. And please learn the whole chapter. I will be calling you to conduct the oral test. Hope you will do the work. There are few children whom I am not getting you online. So those children, if you don't get a call from me, please call me back. Because I had called everyone of 7A last week, but last time, but I didn't get few children. So those who did not get call from me, please call me back. One more work is there. You have to answer to the questions and do the exercise on page 118 and 119. Fill in the blanks, match the following, choose the correct answers, all that you can do it in the textbook itself. You need not write in the notebook. Questions 1 to 4, you have to write the answers at the back of the notebook. Please be very clear. Answer at the back of the notebook. I will be discussing these answers with you in the next class before I start the new chapter. Thank you, children. I'll see you in the next class.